The U.S. is responsible for 6 million deaths over the past 20 years. That's the estimate. That's the number. Can you even process that number? It makes me dizzy. 1 million direct killings and 5 million indirect killings, which is like when our military blows up the entire water system of a village and then all the kids die because they're drinking out of old shoes. The number of kids who have succumbed to Adidas' throat, it's fucked up. This country's not just a murderer. We're a fucking serial killer. We're a Hannibal Lecter with a fucking Yankee Doodle Dandy three-cornered hat on. What in the... Let me repeat that one more time. We've killed roughly 6 million people with the war on terror. And there's a lot that could be said about how utterly terrible that is. But I just want to make this point. Doesn't that knock us off the list of countries that can say anything about how other countries should behave? Why would anyone ever listen to us again? That's it. We're off the list. Every day you read a headline about how the U.S. says Russia's evil, or the U.S. says China's ruthless, or the Biden administration says Venezuela is rotten. The U.S. says Iran is full of terrorists. We've killed 6 million people just since the movie Castaway came out. Just since Tom Hanks was in love with a volleyball. Why is anyone listening to the United States anymore? Listening to us would be like the guy who led the Donner Party into the mountains, getting done filling his belly with his cousin just to survive. And then the winter finally passes and he's like, okay, we need to go this way. I know the way. I was a little off on the last path. But, look, the family members you've eaten would have wanted you to follow me. Don't let them have been our diet in vain, all right? Gary would have, you probably remember him better as Gary Tartar. He would have wanted you to follow me. Come on. Look, I'm no expert, but the murder of 6 million people is where the moral argument begins and ends for me. We should not listen to the U.S. government any longer. Would you listen to Ted Bundy as he tells you about how he thinks Cuba's healthcare system is no good? Or the Uvalde killer going on about why Palestinians need to stop throwing them rocks? Would you listen to Bill Cosby tell you that China doesn't treat their citizens well or didn't run the Olympics good? Fuck you, Dr. Huxtable. You gave up your right to judge the lose course when you raped those people. No. They're off the list of moral authorities, right? You would never ask them shit. So why in the fuck would anyone keep listening to what the U.S. government and the media outlets we know it owns have to say about the behavior of other countries? It's not just the 6 million we've killed with the war on terror. That's not the end of the resume. The LinkedIn profile keeps going after that. Yes, sirree. It's the torture we've now admitted to. It's the secret assassinations our government has now admitted to. It's being the largest prison state in the world, locking up millions of our own people. It's the humanitarian crisis we've helped create in Yemen. It's the tens of thousands we've killed in Venezuela by not letting food and medicine in. It's torturing one of the most important journalists to ever live. Julian is in a fucking jail cell while the Secretary of State is on TV going, China is not nice to journalists, okay? China needs to have freedom of press. Meanwhile, he's got like an independent journalist tied up under the podium. Shut up! You get back under there! You get back under there. I'll have you extraordinarily rendered to Pakistan. You'll be living in a basement that's smaller than your podium crawl space! You'll wish you had your podium crawl space! The U.S. government is begging you to no longer take them seriously, to realize they are off the list of moral authorities. So why? Why is anyone still doing it? Stop listening to them. Stop it. That's it for now, but click subscribe and join the free email list by texting the word redacted to 33777. Keep fighting.